This video is about how to handle conflict or disagreements with the square. If you've watched our other videos about the strengths and challenges of the square shape, you probably already get the drivers of their behavior. They are fear of loss dominant, so they need a lot of control to feel safe in the world, and they highly value morals, principles, and ideals. At home and work, squares can cause conflict and defensiveness if they're in an unbalanced state. They can be too hard on people. They can be condescending, controlling, protective, and at times struggle to work with a team. They do better working alone because they can be harsh and even mean when someone does something wrong. If you have a conflict with a square, it's probably going to be because they've overstepped, were too critical or controlling, or they're too worried about things not being right. The first thing you're going to want to do to handle this bad behavior with a square is put on your listening hat and be prepared to ask questions and listen to their thoughts, feelings, and concerns on the subject first. Give them space to share all their frustrations about the problem and ask them for ideas on a solution. These conversations with a square will go best if you let them do most of the talking. The more time you spend here listening to them, the better. See if they can resolve this whole problem without you actually voicing anything. Sometimes they will. They are good problem solvers. After you've asked lots of questions, listened, and can feel that they feel heard and understood, ask them if you could share your perspective or thoughts. Share your thoughts using I statements, not you statements, so they don't feel attacked. And focus on their future behavior, not the past. Ask for what you want to be different moving forward or next time that happens. Squares are logical more than emotional, and if you have a good argument, they're usually open to improving, as long as they're in a balanced state. Unfortunately, lots of shapes in a deeply unbalanced state can become hard to deal with. They can even become a little toxic when they feel threatened, taken from, mistreated, or overwhelmed. If a square feels overburdened, they can have some pretty impressive meltdowns. If you are dealing with a square in this state, let them vent and get it all out. They will need a few minutes to rage and be upset. They won't stay here long. They will get it out, figure out a plan to get back on track, and before you know it, they'll be back at work. If a square is really unbalanced, you may need some really good firm boundaries to protect yourself. If you don't, they could walk all over you. You'll need to have a thick skin and good boundaries to make this relationship work. There are many more resources on this app on dealing with difficult people, so make sure you access those too. And remember, when you have a square in your life, you always have someone you can count on to be loyal, hardworking, and dependable and make everything work.